All right, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Teddy Trades, and I told you guys if I took another trade, I was gonna hop on and record it. So that's what this video is. Uh, we are in another Bitcoin trade, and I just want to go through the process. You know what I'm saying? Show you guys what I was looking at, what I'm thinking about, why I hopped in this trade. Right. So in the previous video, I showed you guys the sell setup around here, right, where we TP'd at this low here. And prices filled in this fair value gap. All right, so since then Bitcoin has pushed up, and then it kind of gave me this market structural shift here. Because I am bearish, this is why I think that the sell is the more appropriate position to take versus the buy, where we are extremely bearish. I say we're bearish because, as you can see, prices was choppy. Ran the sell side here, right? Closed below, pushed up, tapped into this buy side. Now I think we have enough to continue down to move lower, right? So given that this would be the higher time frame objective, this is an easy sell side liquidity, given that after we've pushed up and tapped the buy side here and tapped this fair value gap and we sold off, we had the fair value gap here. And a lot of people bought that. But because we're bearish, I see this as easy money because buyers push price up, but we're in a bearish trend. We're looking to move lower. So as people bought it, we come here, and then now it's time for them to get wiped out, right? We're not bullish. I wasn't looking to buy here to move higher because I think price is gonna move lower, right? I think we want to move lower. Bitcoin wants to move lower, possibly even to move in to fill in this gap on a deeper level, especially after I'm running new highs and fell in the close above. I think that's a very bearish signal to me that that's on a weekly time frame. So price pushed all the way up, filled the close and close here. So I think that's a very bearish catalyst. Now that we've opened up, we've kind of ran the low, pushed up a little bit, and then I think for the rest of the week, given today's Wednesday, we can possibly start moving lower again, and hopefully closing below that low. So once again, giving back. So here we are on the 4 hour. So given that price has pushed up, right, and then we have here where price made a high, made a low, and then we had a pullback, and then we made another low, right? So this is kind of like a market structural shift here, and it gave us the fair value gap here on the 1 hour time frame. So price has now filled in that 1 hour fair value gap, and as you can see, we are rejecting, right? So I kind of missed that 1 hour fair value gap, right? I didn't see that just yet. So when price moved down, I'm like, dang, I missed the trade, right? Because actually the perfect trade looking for the sell setup would have been here. This is why I felt like I missed earlier, right? Because here's the market structural shift here on the 15-minute time frame between 7 and 10. That's kind of like that. Well, this was actually London's session. So I went to sleep. I was thinking about trading London session, but I was kind of tired, so I just let it be. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna trade London session. Something might come during New York time, but looking for this during London session, this would have been a perfect trade that I could have currently been in. But if I was to trade London, this would have been so perfect because we ran this low here. Creating a market structural shift gave us the fair value gap, trade into the fair value gap. I would have got in here. It does push up a little bit, right? But my stop loss would have been here for a tighter stop loss, or here. I probably would have went here because my TP, if I would have got in here, stop loss here, I probably been looking to take profit right here at some of these lows, right? So here, probably would have been here for a 1 or 3. And that would have been the move, right? So we did miss that last night during London. So we had to move down, and then we had to move up, right? So we had to move up, ran this low, and this is what I liked here too, is becomes the new sell side, right? This becomes the new sell side, and we failed to close below this low. So immediately price runs the buy side, right, for the sellers. So I like this signature. This is like one of those signatures that you can kind of look at what price is doing. Right, runs the buy side and then fails to close above, and whole time is filling in that 1 hour time frame fair value gap. Right, so it has run buy side liquidity after running the sell side. Right, so it creates sell side, creates the buy side, runs the sell side, then runs the buy side. Then we can start moving over. Plus, we filled in the gap. So that was completely perfect. So what I was looking for, right, and watching that happen was I was looking for the fair value gap. We got the market structural shift here once again. He gave us the fair value gap on the 2 minute time frame. I scaled down to the 2 minute time frame. Boom, we had one here. So we kind of got two of them. We got one here, and then we created another one. So this is just this general space. So once it traded back in, I got in, and then now we're moving lower. So my stop loss is this high here where this rejection candlestick is at. As you can see, the 1 hour is getting ready to close. So my stop loss is above that wick high. And this is going to kind of be a swing trade all the way to the sell side liquidity. So we might get there around Friday. But I'm going to take some partials. Probably going to take partials once we get like around here. And I'm in about 50%. I'm probably going to take half around here or around here. Just to lock in some profits. But now we're moving, right? So we're moving, and it looks pretty good. If I kind of clear up the chart a little bit, let's clear this out. Boom. Close that. Let's clear that up a little bit. Clear it up a little bit. Boom. All right, fair value gap. Okay, boom. Same signature buy side. We know that. I just explained that. Boom. So kind of just to clear it up a little bit for you guys. Here's that 1 hour candlestick. If I clear this up, I just want to show you guys. So boom. Just clean price action, right? We get the market structural shift on the 1 hour fair value gap, and we're rejecting, right? You go to market structural shift when we run it low, all right? Boom, market structural shift, boom, gives us the fair value gap, taps into the fair value gap. Now we're rejecting, and we got 11 minutes left. If we close stronger, most definitely look for price to run this low and continue to move lower, where we can finally see price head down to take out this higher time frame liquidity on the 4 hour time frame for everybody who bought here. But we have better targets on a lower time frame. I think I might take full TP here. But once we get to this low here, most of my position will be gone and closed most of my position. Given this is kind of a swing play. I haven't swing traded in a long time. It's been a while since I've held this trade, but this is going to be a swing play if it does. And once again, the price can do whatever it wants, right? But because of that, if the sale does play out, I don't want to hold it all the way till it gets to this low. I want to take some partials. Like we got a fair value gap here. I might take some partials. I might put a alert here where we can start scaling out of our position here. So we'll do take partials. Probably close like 20%, 30%. And once we get here, definitely take partials. And I might take full position here and then just call it a day. Because I can't swing. I can't hold over the weekends. Take full position. And we might just TP here just to get our money and get out the way. So yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm in now. See price is kind of pushing up a little bit. It is what it is. If it does push up a little bit, like I said, price can do whatever it wants. Maybe it wanted to run here, run the sell side, run the buy side, and then move higher as possible as well. Given we do got the fair value gap here, but I'm bearish, so it is what it is. All right, we have this fair value gap here. If price does want to push higher, like I said, my stop is also liquidity, so I can see both sides. This is buy side. I can see both sides of the mirror. If price wants to move higher for the sellers, right? Just so I'm a seller as well. If price wants to, right, boom, pushed up. If it wants to move bullish, then of course trade into the fair value gap, and as you can see, push up, run the buy side, and possibly even move higher, or run that buy side and move lower. So, but it is what it is, right? That's part of the game. So I'm not gonna let it shake me out. I got it in already. I'll show you guys my position here on Trade Locker real quick, and so officially this is my last trade of the week, and I might even scale out on my position a little bit just to lower my risk, just in case if I do lose, to not give up too much of my profits. Right, I made $32. I'm risking $10 on this trade, so if I lose, I made $20 for the day. If I scale down to $5, it's 10 to go to 15, right, instead of 30, because basically this is a one of three. If I'm risking $10 to make 30, if I scale down, it's 5 to make 15. So I'll be ending the week. If I close now, then I basically kind of cap it where I made $25 this week instead of 30. Depending on if I lose the trade. If I win, I still make 15 plus the 30. There you go. That's 45. If I don't scale out, then I make $60 for the week. So I think I'm okay with losing that 10 ball. Still up 20, still up positive. This is EA. But I just want to show you guys my Bitcoin position real quick. Okay. Boom. Let's bring this out. EA's pushing up. Show Bitcoin real quick. BTC, what it do? And I know that I'm trading Bitcoin, but it's very, very, very imperative to own Bitcoin, guys. Um, I know I'm trading Bitcoin, but I do own Bitcoin. I think it's very important that a lot of us own Bitcoin. Just simply due to the fact that it is a decentralized network, and monetary system for the people, where we don't have to rely on our government's financial system, in which they can completely control and inflate the currency in which we're forced to use to live our lives. And so Bitcoin is a monetary system where you can't inflate the currency, uh, because there is no, it's all coded, and it's decentralized coded network where nobody controls the network nor the currency. And the currency, it has a limited supply that has to be mined over time. And then once that currency is done being mined, then that's it, right? So the supply, the money is capped at 21 million coins, but it is very, very divisible, uh, which makes it last longer and more available to the people, right? So it takes 100 million Satoshi just to equal one coin, right? So the money is divisible enough where you don't have to own a whole coin. You can simply just own 10% of a coin, 5% of the coin, 50% of the coin, right? You can stack sats, right? And so as Bitcoin continues to rise in value due to its inability to be inflated but yet in deflated, right? So now it creates a deflationary economy where if the money is strong, if we have good strong money and we hold the strongest money and it grows in value, our money over time gains purchasing power, right? It gains value over time, and we don't need a lot of it, right? So if you have $5,000 in Bitcoin now, 100K, and Bitcoin goes to a million, your $5,000 essentially gains the purchasing power of $50,000, right? And everything around you is falling in due to Bitcoin, right? So housing is falling, right? It used to cost you hundreds of Bitcoins just to buy a house. Now it only costs you maybe about 3.5 Bitcoins to buy the medium house, right? Where it used to cost you so many Bitcoins just to own one house. Now it only costs you about 3.5 to 4 Bitcoins to buy a house, right? So as Bitcoin continues to rise in value because you can't inflate the currency and it's capped, right? It's going to continue to go up, and it's going to continue to go up whether we buy it or not, right? I don't I could try not to get too deep in this, but it's coded to where the currency has to go up. It's going to go up. It's meant to go up, whether we buy it or not, because it's simply just the supply of it. Supply is capped, right? The price is going to continue to go up because it's going to definitely go up against the dollar for sure, because there's an unlimited amount of supply of dollars, right? So, and Bitcoin is finite. But a lot of us will buy it. We do play a part in Bitcoin's role as it goes up, right? But A lot of us don't even own Bitcoin. Well, I do now, but a lot of us didn't own Bitcoin and probably still don't own Bitcoin. Yet it has risen to $100,000 a coin. And I mean, the majority of people own Bitcoin, but a lot of us do not own a lot of Bitcoin, right? So that just shows you the power. And yet institutions do not own Bitcoin, but they can. Now they can. So it's the world is changing, man. But my point is that uh, only about 0.5%, 0.05% of the world probably own Bitcoin, right? The adoption of Bitcoin is not even massive yet, right? And yet Bitcoin is 100K a coin. So that just goes to show you just how massive, just how much Bitcoin will be once the world starts to adopt Bitcoin and learn about the system and learn how powerful it is to own Bitcoin in this inflationary world and system that we live in under our government's control, right? So with such a small adoption, Bitcoin has already risen to 100K a coin. So just keep that in mind, right? Without you being inside, Bitcoin has already reached 100 grand. So what makes you think it won't continue to rise? It will continue to rise. So please learn, read some books about Bitcoin, man, and stop buying these other shit coins, right? One thing that amazes me is that we believe in these other coins and we call Bitcoin a scam. We don't might not believe in Bitcoin, but there are literally books written about Bitcoin, right? So I want to say this, like, we humans write books about things that are educational, that are truly evolutionary, revolutionary, things of importance, right? We write books about things that are of importance, right? And when it comes to the crypto space, Bitcoin has plenty books written about it because of its importance, because of what it's doing to the world, right? Because it's evolutionary, because it's revolutionary, and it's truly changing the world for a better place, right? And so there are plenty of books out there for you to read and learn about Bitcoin. You can't say the same about all these other coins. You can't say the same about nobody's writing books about Solana. Nobody's writing books about XLM, XRP, Dogecoin, all of these things, right? You cannot find not one book written about all of these other shit coins because they simply are just uh part of the fiat system, right? They're simply just tools for these private corporations and for these people to simply take advantage of the system, just like everything else, to create something and just get you guys to buy it, sell you on false hopes and false dreams and false utility using big words, and you put your money into them and they get filthy rich, right? There's not one person or corporation that's advertising for Bitcoin that's making billions of dollars and millions of dollars because of Bitcoin. These private institutions, you guys are buying their coins and they're getting filthy rich and then they're dumping them on you, right? Satoshi doesn't, he isn't even benefiting from this, right? He has million coins inside his wallet and hasn't touched it. And we all know how much the valuation of those million coins are, and he hasn't touched a dime of it, right? So he didn't create this, and he knew that he had to sacrifice that, which means that he didn't build Bitcoin for financial gain for himself, unlike all these other cryptocurrencies that these companies come out with. Right, they sell us off dreams just so that we can buy their coins, and they push them up, and they make so much money, and then they dump them on us. Right, so stay away from these other um, cryptos, man. Bitcoin, not crypto. Right, focus only on Bitcoin. Do your research on Bitcoin, and yeah, man. But for the most part, I like how this 1 hour closed after touching that gap. Closed pretty bearish. We wicked twice, one time closed here, filled in that gap, closed here. So I really like that. Um, but yeah, man, that was kind of just me kind of going down. I don't want to get too much into Bitcoin. Yes, I do trade it. Yes, I hope to make some money off of it past my challenge, but I will be taking the proceeds to buy more Bitcoin. It is very, very important to own Bitcoin than it is to trade and make money off of Bitcoin, unless you're using that to buy Bitcoin. If you're not out here mining fiat to buy Bitcoin, then you're losing, because Bitcoin is deflationary money that will not lose its value over time, but instead and gain its value over time, unlike the dollars that we currently live off of and work, expend so much time and energy to make. Right. So, like I said, I don't want to get too deep into that, but yeah, man, this is my trade in Bitcoin. we'll keep you guys updated. I might even hold this swing. I'm liking how it's looking right now, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, man. It's your boy Tay Trades, and I'm out. Peace. Take care, everybody.